Aldridge, how you doing, Brother Todd?
Doing great, Kendrick. How are you?
I'm wonderful. This is a real good friend of mine, and I just wanted to tell him that, since the time that we've met each other, I've always felt like God had some work for us to do. I mean, I was drawn off the freeway when I seen your painting set up on the side of the road, and I had
Yeah,
no choice. I felt compelled to make a U-turn and to come back around and
yeah.
meet you. This is Brother Todd. He loves the Lord a lot, and we just want to get anything that he would have the good people in Beaumont to remember or anything he would like to say.
Well, yes, of course, I love the Lord. And what I could share with Beaumont now that I live in Indianapolis is that I think that, and I shared this with you, I was so blessed by Brother Kendrick and your brother that stopped that afternoon to meet me. I was on the road painting and I was ministering to the public, and Kendrick stopped and we got to talk for a second, and really we just started having church. And Kendrick asked me, he says, "Well, why are you out here? What makes you want to come out here and do what you're doing?" And I said, "Well, it's like this. I got in them scriptures, and one of them parables that Jesus told us was about a fig tree that didn't have any fruit on it,
Right.
and then again about the parable of the talents, and I just didn't want to be one that buried my talent. It's just like you, brother Knowledge. You have taken your talent. Back in the day they called that coin a talent, but today that talent we have as vessels of the living Lord is that what He's given us, that Spirit inside of us to do, to create like the Creator Himself. And I just didn't want to get caught without having my talent ready to produce something with it, and being and having some fruit on this tree when I go before the Lord. And so for Beaumont, I just share that with you. And I know Brother Knowledge that afternoon, man, he just said, "Whoa, that's deep." And that's exactly what you do. That's what I do. And as believers, that's what we all should do. So if you're out there and you're hearing what I'm saying, and you've got a talent or you've got a gift or you feel like you've got a call in your life from the Lord, don't sit back and just be warming up the cushions on the couch. Get out and do something, and you take that one step of faith, and God's going to meet you with provision, everything else that you need to make those steps in the right direction for the perfect will that He has for your life. So and with all that, I just thank you, Brother Knowledge, for this opportunity to share a little bit, and I'm just blessed to be here in fellowship, and
My
peace.
pleasure, brother. Is there anything you would like to tell people who may not know the Lord?
Well, that's interesting that you would ask that. Recently I've really had to review the first 10 or 15 years of my life where I really felt like I knew the Lord, but I did not. I professed to know the Lord, but did not confess to know Him by my lifestyle.
Mm,
And I heard it in a teaching just the other day. People that want to say that they're believers, but they deny Him by their lifestyle. But I'm not saying that to condemn anybody. I'm just giving you my personal testimony. And in that testimony is that we have to put away childish ways and childish deeds of our past and really strive to a walk of perfection and righteousness and godliness towards God and to Him and walking for Him and with Him daily. And like I said, I profess to know God, and if you'd ask me, "Hey, are you saved? You know Jesus?" I would say, "Of course. I am. I asked Him to come into my heart a long time ago." But really, confess with the mouth is an easy act, but to believe in your heart. I had an encounter with the Lord one-on-one, and it was a personal experience. I wouldn't want to go too far into it, but He just checked me on the things that I was saying with my mouth. And when when He met with me, and we really had a heart to heart, I realized that He is for real. And the things that I was saying, I didn't really have the heart to really believe that He is who He was. I was just saying it with my mouth. But when I realized that, man, He is who He says He is, His word is what it says it is, He is the word. And man, I just straightened up real quick. So with all that, I'll just say to you, if you don't know the Lord, and you feel like what you've been speaking with your mouth doesn't line up with your actions, man, get in your prayer closet, get in a quiet place, and ask Him for the grace to get through those things that have got you in bondage, or those things that have you locked up or yoked up into a place of iniquity or transgression. And He will make provision. He will provide for you grace to come out of that. That's what He is all about. He's in the job of giving grace. He extended it to me for 20 years as I was trying desperately to break a bad crack habit. And finally through that, and He saw me through so many different things, and saw me through the mud, and then He saw me into a clean and white robe. He says, those that endure to the end, well, those will be blessed. And so I just tell you right now, my friends in Beaumont here, endure to the end, and wash your robes in the blood of Christ. Be ready and be cloaked in grace and righteousness, because that's what He wants. He wants to find a spotless and blameless wife. He's not waiting around for the backsliders. He's waiting for those. He is waiting for backsliders. He wants them to repent and get right. But He's waiting for His bride to become spotless, blameless. And so when He comes in like a thief in the night, man, just be ready. Be watchful and waiting. Don't be like the 5 virgins as the lamps went dry with oil, and they were scattering around looking at the last minute, looking for oil to fill their lamps. And you know what the other 5 virgins said? They said, no, lest we not have enough to get there. So, man, I'm just blessed to be able to share that. I thank you, Brother Knowledge, for that opportunity. I think that those are good, meaty words, and we just all need to be watchful and waiting. The days are drawing close.
Thank you, Brother Todd. We love you.
We love you. I love you, and so does my wife, too. Thank you so much.
God bless you.